Hello and welcome to Geekatplay Studio Tutorials. And in this very short tutorials, I just want to share my experience how I work on extremely large renders inside the Vue. So recently I was working on a project where it require render size. It's about 5-6 meters wide by 3 meters tall, and it was 300 dpi. So it's quite a bit resolution was required to render the image. So after conversions, it will become about 26,000 about pixels. To set those ones, we always can go inside the Vue, and you can see by default we have it only HD resolution if you click. So it's switch when you go inside the free user define. So right here we can go ahead and let's say, for example, we can say 30,000 pixels, maybe by help we say 15,000, and we'll go set this to about 300 dpi. So if we start rendering like this resolution, in many cases Vue actually won't handle due to limitations of some maybe memory on your machine or other things, or maybe it's take extremely long time. So the solution to render this extremely large, it is render the areas. So and I find out from my experience, at least it's based again for my machine, for how much memory I have it and CPU, but I found for me 10,000 resolution, it's about maximum I can go run with that. And to do this, we always need to use it render areas. So in this case, I need to run several render areas and render in my image and after stitch them afterwards. Also, you can always render pixel to pixel, but sometimes you can overlap those. So for this reason, for example, I can go inside, how I said, it's about 10,000 pixels. So if I, by size, of course, depend how your system is working, I can say I can have it 3 strips, maybe 5,000 here and 10,000. So we can have it size 10,000, and we can say about 5,000 our size, so X and Y. We don't necessarily need to divide by squares, we can just go these strips. However, if we do this way, I do recommend for you to overlap, maybe put it extra 5 pixels like this one, and go ahead and start rendering this way. This will be our first image. Of course, if we do render second image, we need to go inside the position, and now we need to specify position where it was end before, for example 5,000, and our new position, so it will be 2,000, and right here 5,000, actually we should say 0 because we're going from top to bottom, so we'll just leave it similar position there. So it will keep it just stripes for us this way. You can play around with how positioning and tiling going. Just overall, keep it sure you overlap at least like 5 pixels. It will help you to stitch better those images. And also by separating in render areas, you can render a very large images in very kind of nice resolution. So here example of the segments, and you can see you not necessarily can render separate just the squares. For example, I render separate elements and stitch them together to create preliminary kind of scenery. The resolution is so high, we actually not in this specific version, this was as a preview one, but you can see in full version, you can see the needles on those trees that on the background. So we want to have a very high resolution for this. And again, the just small tip, it will help if you want extremely high resolution render inside the Vue, that go and use the render areas that you can set up specific positions and just render by the squares elements and after stitch them together in post-production in different applications. Thank you for watching these tutorials from Geekatplay Studio. And please remember, visit on our website is www.geekandplay.com, or also you can support on a Patreon at Geekatplay. Thank you.